What's up, y'all?
What's up, bud? Hey, let's just deal with the elephant in the room first.
Yeah.
Just what were your immediate reaction to Anthony's benching, and just what do you think? How do you think this will play out going forward? I guess.
Yeah. Obviously, I mean, it's tough when it comes to situations like that. You know what I mean? And obviously, there's a lot of thinking that goes into it and discussion. And yeah, I mean, all we can do as a team is, obviously, like I let AR know that, besides, despite the situation, the guy's always got his back. You know what I'm saying? And we're always here, for him. And I just told him that, you got to use this moment as a growth experience and continue to develop as a quarterback and a leader. And also, I mean, just don't let this moment define him as a player, as a person. It's here for him to develop, and and just it's going to help him shape into the person he's meant to be.
Well, you've been through a lot of changes here, especially at quarterback. How do you feel about the direction of this team going forward?
No, yeah, I mean, it's always adversity throughout the season, and yeah, definitely it's a quarterback carousel. But I mean, the guys are ready to rally behind Joe, and whoever it is, and that's taking the snaps and behind center, we're always gonna have their back.
Were you surprised?
I mean, yeah, I mean, like everybody else, you know what I mean? I mean, obviously didn't expect it to come, but I mean, you just gotta, obviously, Shane, everybody else, they have the reasons, and we gotta, get behind it. And like I said, we're always here for Anthony, and I know that this organization's not giving up on him. That's one thing I do know, and the guys aren't in that locker room aren't giving up on him either. So, it's just he's gonna use this experience as a growth experience.
Bucky, I think part of that is, again, the tap out, which has gotten a life of its own. What was your reaction on that? Has there been too much backlash or not?
No, I mean, he knows. We all know that's not the standard. He knows that's not the standard. I mean, he's a young player. He's going to learn from it. We all know he is, and yeah, I mean, it happened. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, the guys don't shame him for it or anything about that nature. And he's still one of the guys, and we're, like I said, we got his back.
How hard do you think it maybe was for Anthony to take that role so young? I mean, he was 20 when he was drafted.
Right.
Not to say he shouldn't have been, but there are things you got to learn.
Oh yeah.
And nobody really teaches you. I mean,
For
do
sure.
you think that was hard for him?
I mean, I feel like it. For any quarterback, it's a hard, tough situation. You know what I mean? Especially being that young. I mean, like you said, he's 22 years old. I mean, you got guys on the team that are 30, and these are grown men, and you're expected to lead them. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, yeah, it's a lot of pressure, a lot of a lot to ask for from a young kid, but we all know that he's still developing into the person that we know he can be, and the player we know he can be. And yeah, for anybody to get thrown in that situation, imagine you at 22, getting thrown into a locker room with grown men. You know what I mean? Telling them like, hey, I'm your leader now. You know what I mean?
I was so stupid.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a growing experience. You know what I mean? And these are just one of these moments where he's gonna learn from it.
Buck, how did Sunday go for you physically?
Physically, I felt pretty good. You know what I mean? I was just happy to be back out there with my guys. Yeah, I mean, came out really good, from the game, and I'm excited to get on some Sunday Night Football.
Didn't seem like you. I mean, maybe a little bit of a pitch count. Were you surprised you played as much as you did?
No, I wasn't surprised, and I knew I was going in with a pitch count, and I was just trusting the process with the substitutions and everything, and I feel like from the training staff, from my coaches, and I feel like we all did a really good job with obviously navigating that, and kind of like easing my way back in.
With the bad high ankle sprain, you kind of have to get it back to where it's pretty much good to go. Like, is it?
Yeah, it's really like the last part of my rehab was mainly just the confidence. You know what I mean? Like, I know I'm going to feel some type of bite or pain or whatever, and that's part of it is the, you know what I mean? Like, I was able to do, the high intensity and stuff like that, and then go against guys, that resistance, going against O-linemen and stuff like that. So I knew I was going to feel something, you know what I mean, out there, and it was really just getting the confidence back for me in the last part, like the last week.
What's the other elephant in the room? How much do you remember or try to forget 33-0? That last trip.
Yeah, all the time. You know what I mean? Obviously, watching the Vikings play, I mean that game comes to mind every time. So it's definitely it's a tough pill to swallow, and just watching watching film and everything. You obviously remember those moments, and obviously being back out there. So when we get there, I mean, just can't get let off the gas.
But Shane was saying that he made the decision to change quarterbacks. They're trying to win now. I'm not seeing much from them before. Obviously, there's pressure on this situation because the quarterback is 39 now, and
Yeah.
the future is a little bit different. So, for you, how did them just change the outlook or pressurize to make good on that promise of making the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it doesn't change for me. Pressure doesn't change. I mean, when we're lining up and competing every Sunday, I mean, obviously you're competing to make the playoffs, and the ultimate goal, obviously is a Super Bowl for everybody. And if that's not your goal every year, I mean, why are you here? You know what I mean? So, I mean, the goal is to win, each and every game. And I mean, this is the path that they thought was gonna help us win the most games. So, I mean, we're focused on right now. And like I said before, I know this team, this organization is not giving up on Anthony, and I know that he's going to be prepared for his next opportunity.
Mark, first primetime game of the season. How excited are you to get out on that national stage?
Yeah, very excited. It's been a while since we had a nationally televised game. The only ones that are out there playing. So it's going to be a great opportunity for everybody to show everybody what we got.
You did play Minnesota 2 years ago, you mentioned it, different quarterback this time around. Your impressions of the Vikings offense with Sam Darnold?
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're a really good offense. They score a lot of points, especially early on in the game, and big props to Sam Darnold. You know what I mean? His journey throughout this league, and taking advantage of his opportunity, and he's doing a really good job with that offense. Obviously they got 18 over there. He's a beast of his own, and as a defense, we got to be on our P's and Q's.
Like you said,
A couple more.
The coaching staff made this decision, and it's their decision, obviously, that to move on from one quarterback to another. And I'm not saying that you're questioning it, just saying it's their decision. Like, when did you realize in your career for lack of a better expression, to stay in your lane and focus on your job? That's how your role in this organization can make it.
Yeah, I learned that early on. Like right when I got in the league, kind of just obviously, I mean, you have no say over obviously with the higher ups or the coaches or whoever makes those decisions on who's starting, who's who's not, and things like that. So I mean, all I can do for me personally for this team is be the best version of myself and be the best leader I can be. Obviously, and go out there each Sunday and compete my tail off. So yeah.
How do you stay confident in the process when the process and the plan keeps changing throughout it?
Yeah, that's life. Life, you could go through ups and downs. You think you have a plan, and the good Lord above has a different plan for you. You know what I mean? And you just got to pivot and you got to adjust. So I mean, that's what we have to do as a team.